Hey Nicky, you're oh so sicky. Just the thought of thinking about you makes me. Oh, I already fucked up the bit.
All right, we're
uh,
kicking him off.
we're kicking
He's
you off
not.
the show.
Yeah,
You're
he's not
gone.
working out. No.
No, nah, but we uh, we watched the ungodly, horrible.
No pun intended.
Yeah, no pun intended. The horrible, shitty movie. Little Nicky, starring Adam Sandler as his worst voice ever.
His best voice ever. This is his like most high effort action role ever.
Released in 2000, the hit dark comedy and easily mispronounced Little Nicky stars Adam Sandler as the son of Satan.
And it's
Uh-huh.
Garbage. It's garbage.
It's great. I think it's
it's
great. I think it's Kino. You guys are plebeians. You guys just don't understand this fucking magic, all right?
the thing I hated about this movie the most is that there were actually some good jokes in it that like I caught myself laughing at, and then I immediately was just like, I just laughed at an Adam Sandler movie. What is wrong with me?
I think
Uh,
the
point, I would
effects
just
are
kill
like
myself.
legitimately good.
Yeah, like the effects, the makeup, like the devil designs were kind of cool. Like the
I think it looks better than like some Marvel movies. Like this is like the slop of its era, but like compared to the slop of like the last like 8 years or so, like it looks like the Wizard of Oz.
yeah, this movie, even though it's slop, compared to modern day slop, like very recent Marvel slop, very recent like Disney Plus direct to streaming slop. It feels like Sloppenheimer, you know? It's
Sloppenheimer. That's a good
Loppenheimer.
one.
yeah, it's like the Oppenheimer of slop, you know? It's
Yeah, a lot of movies from around that time, I think.
but I took notes for this one, as a matter of
He
fact,
he
and
he engaged with it academically.
I engaged with it as academically as I could, and
Well, you are a film major.
yeah, unfortunately,
Or were, I guess.
Yeah, the the the
film
that
degree
lands you here.
haver.
Yeah, that lands you here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Podcasting.
Zoomer Tombstone podcast.
Best
Uh,
podcast ever. Yeah, still alive,
best
everybody.
best fucking podcast in the world.
Yeah,
This
keep on
episode of
trucking.
Zoomer Tombstone podcast has been brought to you by Shittos. Shittos, when you have nothing else to eat for breakfast. Better than nothing.
Is that from Shit Comic? Uh,
No, but it might be in the near future, now that you mention it.
I dumped a whole bag of shittos in the porcelain bowl earlier.
Remind me to remove your teeth the next time we hang out. So that way you can't say shit like that anymore.
Oh
I
shit!
had to pause my Mario 64 playthrough to be part of this episode. And I'm
Wow. Wow, what an awful life you live.
It's called a bit, dumbass. But real talk, I was actually playing Mario 64 before we started.
I paused my goon sesh to be here. And if this episode...
No, you did, Meatball.
How dare you? How dare you?
Oh my god.
All right, well, let's go over some of the notes that I have here. I just titled it LN Notes to make it sound like it's a real thing. First one I have is that I love how the opening of the movie is just the fat guy from the Postal movie being a creepy pervert. Love that. Love that so much.
Oh yeah, John Lovitz, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I love seeing that guy's fat fuck face. He looks, every time I see him, he reminds me of Joey's World Tour. Every
Oh
single
my God.
fucking time without fail. He
you think-
looks
do you think-
phenotypically the same.
Do you think he uses fatfucks.com?
He he's
I mean-
he's a little skinnier than Joey. Okay.
With a face like that and a voice only a mother could love, I feel like the fatfucks.com is the only place he could go to get some ketchup on his hot dog.
Have either of you ever watched that cartoon, The Critic?
I've heard of
Uh,
it, and I've seen clips of it, but I haven't actually watched it.
fake film fan, I haven't, unfortunately.
Yeah, you know that is him, right?
Really? He's
Yeah.
the critic?
Yeah, he's the voice, and like the cartoon is like supposed to kind of look like him, you know?
I can't believe I've never processed that before. The fuck? I hate his fucking face, and I hate his voice. But yeah, I've seen bits and pieces of the critic, and like,
Wasn't he
uh,
also on The Simpsons? Like, as his character, the critic?
Yeah,
yeah,
he's been lots of things. He's on SNL.
that's crazy. That is crazy. Uh, the
The
fact that that
Virgin,
flew completely over my head.
the Virgin Red Letter Media versus the Chad, the critic. The
Uh,
Chad, the critic.
the Chad the critic.
The original and the imitators.
Fuck movies.
I also got to say, I fucking hate Adam Sandler when he does that voice. Which he does that voice in a lot of movies, you know, like the whatever. Like I can't imitate it. It's fucking awful.
The reason
Every
he
time I
talks
hear
like
it.
the reason he talks that way in the movie, like, is because his brother hit him in the face with a shovel, and it like
I mean,
fractured his jaw or
I
Yeah,
something.
mean,
he's making a face the entire movie too. That's dedication. He's a real performer, all right? Like he really made that uncomfortable face for those long takes.
yeah, I gotta act like I had a stroke and got hit with a shovel.
You sound like Wimpy from Popeyes.
My jaw was broken and I never got it fixed. They don't have doctors down in fucking hell.
They have that Mangala fella, but I owe him money.
I also love the like I know it's like played a bit much, but like I do love the just the interjection of like, oh wait, we got to torture Hitler, we got to shove a pineapple up his ass, like
A little
every hour
detour.
on the hour. Yeah,
Yeah.
little detour. Although I didn't like how they put him in a maid outfit, like fully skimpy, you know, ass showing and everything. I didn't really like that very much.
Someone on
I don't like.
These these Sandler verse movies, they had they were less than 100% heteronormative, I would say.
especially for a movie from 2000.
Adam Sandler's a real fucking ally.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah, there's a gay character in this movie.
For
a
some reason,
gay and a trans character.
when you said
Oh
that, I thought you
yeah.
were about to drop the F slur. He's a real fucking, you know.
Yeah.
I also found it like genuinely surprising seeing Quentin Tarantino in this movie.
Uh I get the feeling that like that when they were like making this movie, they intended for that character to be played by like Chris Farley, and then Chris Farley died.
Mhm.
And they're like, well, I guess we got to get Quentin Tarantino instead.
What other crazy cokehead can we find? Oh,
Yeah,
Tarantino.
Chris Farley's in the real hell, so he wasn't available for shooting.
He's in the hell down by the river.
Well, you weren't paying attention to this movie because in this movie's canon, Chris Farley is a dance instructor in heaven. I think he starts like fucking little Nicky's mom, but we're getting ahead of ourselves right there.
He fucked the mom!
He fucked the mom.
He fucked my angel mom. What the fuck, man?
Oh god, I hate the voice. I'm sorry. I like throughout the whole movie, like I got used to it, but I still just hate it. I did. There's just nothing to like. I keep hiccuping. God damn it. There's just nothing to like about it.
Like,
You goddamn
sniffing
nerd.
into the mic. I've been getting over a sinus infection, so that's why I keep going every like 40 seconds or so.
Oh, we can hardly hear it.
Oh, I can't record tonight, guys. I'm sick. People are gonna care, you know.
How fucking dare you be accurate?
Oh, I got the sniffles, guys. I can't record tonight. I got the sniffles.
Gary, I got the suds.
Dearest listeners of the Zoomer Tombstone podcast. My fucking nose.
Okay, real talk, having a sinus infection is fucking hell. Especially when you like sleep at night by breathing out of your nose.
Yeah, I know it all too well. If my nose gets clogged, I'm just like, fucking kill me.
Get a humidifier.
I honestly need to at this point.
Yeah. Being an adult. Adults
Being
have
an
to-
No, being
adult.
an adult
Yeah,
sucks.
you're not an adult until you get a humidifier for your room for when you get sick.
I'm better off getting a neti pot and
A
then getting
neti pot?
brain-eating bacteria from the water in it and dying.
What the fuck is a neti pot?
You don't know what a neti pot is?
No, what is that?
Okay, so you've heard of Navage, right?
No.
Okay, so it's like this thing. Navage is like this device that like it has these two nozzles that go into your nose and it jets water through one nostril and out the other and basically clears your sinuses, like power washes them.
How do you
And
not drown?
I don't fucking know. I'm not built that way. Anyway, a neti pot is kind of like the I guess original version of that. It looks like a teapot, but you fill it with water. You tilt your head a certain way, you pour it into your nose, and it comes out the other nostril. I think that's how it works. I've never used one, but I've spoken to people who have, and yeah, it's not very pleasant no matter how you do it. I will
That
imagine,
sounds awful. That sounds
yeah,
really awful.
it sounds like Guantanamo Bay level torture.
Yeah. I've never
Yeah,
used one,
water
so I
toward
wouldn't
my
know, but
nostrils, please.
Yeah.
who do you think first thought of that? Just like, oh, let me just like jet water up my nose and see if that clears
good
it
no-
out.
A good
Yeah,
nose enema.
You can get fucking Navage at Walmart for like $25 too. Like they're fairly cheap.
Maybe that's what I need. Maybe I need to power wash my nostrils. Maybe
Yeah.
that
Yeah. You'll
maybe
be able
that'd
to
make me
smell
feel
things
better.
you haven't smelled since you were like 2 years old.
Yeah, you gotta take care of your holes. You gotta power wash all your holes.
I love power washing my holes.
Yeah.
I'll power wash my fiance's hole with my semen.
Oh, I'm in a relationship. Where'd my notes go? I lost my notes. I lost my notes.
Yeah.
The notes.
Popeye's chicken ad spot. That's all the note says. There's
Yeah.
just
Mhm.
like they look at the camera several times in this movie and they're just like Popeye's chicken fucking rolls.
Yeah, they have like their one PG-13 F-bomb in their Popeyes commercial. Popeyes pay a little extra money for the one F-bomb slot too.
But is it any worse than the fucking product placements that were in the 2004 Garfield movie, where he literally just watches a Walmart commercial on TV?
Yeah, and he's eating like goldfish, like a specific kind of goldfish too. I think he's eating like flavor blasted goldfish or some shit.
And then he looks right at the camera and says, "And that is a sign that the tank is full."
Yeah, on goldfish. Yeah.
It's kind of crazy how often there were like ad spots in movies that were just like blatant in your face, like, hey, we were paid by these people to put this in here.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Yeah. Yeah. Come watch this movie where the Smurfs play like fucking Guitar Hero with Neil Patrick Harris. It's gonna be fucking rad.
It just
Is it
it's so
advertising
obvious.
Guitar Hero or Neil Patrick Harris?
Probably both. Although Neil Patrick Harris needs no introduction. He is How I Met Your Mother did enough for him. Legendary. My best character is a straight guy, even though I'm gay.
My mom used to watch that show when I was growing up, and honestly, I thought nothing of it. I was just like, yeah, the show sucks, but at least it's not Two and a Half Men. I fucking hate Two and a Half Men.
Yeah,
Like, I genuinely feel nothing but rage whenever I see that show on TV. Because it's not fucking funny.
Yeah. I
It's a
watched
show
that
about
one.
nothing, like Seinfeld. Unlike Seinfeld, though, it's not endearing. It's just obnoxious.
It's similarly about like nothing but like awful people too, in a way.
Yeah, everyone on that show, except for the kid, are just terrible fucking people.
well, no, there's like the dumb fat fuck kid.
The kid's kind of a fucking piece of shit too, I think.
Yeah, and in the
Yeah, he's
series finale, he ends up marrying like a Japanese woman or something. Oh, yeah,
the
that's another thing.
great
series
finale.
for Two and a Half Men is like they didn't even try. Like they gave no fucks.
They tried and not trying. It's very contemptuous. I remember watching it.
It's almost like it's actively telling its viewers, "Fuck you."
Yeah, this is stupid.
Like fucking.
Charlie
I know
Sheen
Arnold.
is stupid. Fuck him.
Yeah, and you're stupid for watching this show. Anyway, going back to the 2000 film Little Nicky.
Yeah,
The voice actor for Granddad from the Boondocks, John Weatherspoon, played
Rest in
the
peace.
like He played
Yeah.
the homeless guy in this, and he was very
He
funny.
he wasn't homeless, I think. He was
Or
like
no,
just
he
like
was
a
the
he was a street
thief.
he was a street vendor. He was like a huckster street vendor.
Yeah, he like stole something from Adam Sandler and tried
Yeah,
to
and
sell it
tried
back to him.
You all
yeah.
probably know, but John Witherspoon actually passed away like a couple of years ago, and the
Yeah,
Boondocks revival got canceled because of his passing.
Yeah, I remember that.
It probably would have been woke anyway.
God.
I fucking
Yeah.
Um,
hate when people say shit like, "Oh, the snowflakes wouldn't let the Boondocks air nowadays." Like they're the same people who unironically think
And
Uncle Ruckus has a point.
the Boondocks itself was watered down from the comics. I actually started reading like the comics like recently. Like I read all the ones that they made like immediately after 9/11 and yeah, they they were a lot edgier than I think more like hard hitting, you know? Like
Yeah.
there's one where he was like calling the FBI and he said like, "No, I know somebody who is really connected to Al-Qaeda. His name is George W. Bush." Oh, wait, no, he said Ronald Reagan. Yeah, Ronald Reagan.
uh,
One of our local bookstores had some of the Boondocks comics for sale, like one of the like comic collections, and I almost picked one up for Meatball like ages ago, but I never did for whatever reason. That bookstore is closed now, unfortunately.
yeah, weren't they gonna turn that into
A
a
Wings
cane?
Over, or a Raising Cane's rather.
Yeah, they
Raising Canes.
which would have been awesome if it was a Raising Cane's because we I'm a fat fuck. I love fat fuck food. I would have loved to go there and not have to go all the way up to like Columbus to get Raising fucking Cane's. But
Which is like
whatever.
3 hours from us.
Whatever. Yeah, it is what it is. Who needs another bookstore in a college town, right?
Most of the college kids here are too drunk to read anyway.
Yeah, they're too busy getting drunk and playing like doctor with each other while wasted on peppermint schnapps.
And fentanyl.
Uh,
Actually, a guy around here got busted for like trafficking fentanyl recently.
Yeah, and there was a fraternity around here that was shut down because like some guy overdosed on cocaine and died.
Oh fuck! I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, that was a couple years back. It was kind of funny. That guy,
You know, someone died of an
Hilarious.
overdose. It's hilarious.
yeah, it was hilarious. It was real funny.
Fun times in College Town, USA.
Oh yeah.
Fast
Going
Times
back to
at
the
Redacted University,
critically acclaimed movie, Little Nicky,
starring Adam Sandler.
starring Adam Sandler, I guess. I should have expected this movie to have a dog sex scene because like that's just kind of like the kind of the shit this movie's on, or that Adam Sandler's earlier kind of comedies were kind of on.
Would
But
this classify as a shit movie?
it's still gross as fuck nonetheless. It's see, that's the weird thing about Little Nicky. I wouldn't really classify it as a shit movie. It's like it's got all the like elements of a shit movie, but it's like it's too well made.
It's a shit epic.
Yeah, it's a shit epic. Yeah, it's a a shit saga.
My favorite Lego Star Wars game, the
A shit legend.
Saga.
But yeah, it's not like epic movie, or it's not like all those parody movies which are just like really awful, poorly made crap that's just kind of like a cash fucking, money laundering type of thing. This was actually made as a movie by Adam Sandler to be a movie. And it's not terrible in that regard where it's like a epic movie knockoff or anything like that, but it's still pretty awful to sit through because it's a really low tier Adam Sandler movie.
Epic movie's trying to be a knockoff of this to an extent, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would another movie in this category of shit epic that I've seen is what's it called? This Is the End, I think. The one with like
Seth
Seth
Rogen.
Rogen. Yeah, that one,
Mhm.
yeah. 'Cause I've seen that and it's better than it looks, but still like kind of got that like like it's like a parody movie kind of feel, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the rapture ever actually does happen, Seth Rogen is not going to heaven.
Yeah, no, that's like the whole point of that movie. Kinda, yeah.
Another
It's
one.
it's interesting, like the showing like who's like not like getting raptured, like like Rihanna dies by like falling into like a crack into hell. Let's see, who else? Emma Watson is like doesn't get raptured, like she's a sinner too.
If only P. Diddy was there.
Yeah,
P. Diddler.
good
Hollywood
one.
Hitler. Uh, I like I really like the scene in this movie where Regis, from the old like pre-Regis and Kelly show, where it's just the Regis show. He just says he
I think
straight
it
up
was
killed a dude.
I think it was Regis and Kathy, maybe.
I don't know, but him just like looking at the camera and saying he just like dismembered a dude was
Yeah,
pretty hilarious.
he was
That
he
wasn't scripted. He improv'd that.
He just went and said it.
Yeah.
yeah, had a lot of rage.
Probably did murder somebody.
I mean, to be in the showbiz that long, yeah, probably.
You have
Ever
to kill and eat at least one person if you're gonna make it in showbiz these days.
Ever see the Untouchables? I was De Niro. What's happened to you, Regis?
Genuinely, that got me really good. And then like the next scene where like they're just listening to the TV and they say like, "I love New York" has now been changed to "I love hookers." Like that's just so fucking funny. It's just
That's like a Family Guy gag.
yeah. Like, and that's the thing that really chaps my ass of this movie is that like a lot of the writing is like really funny. It's just the acting by a lot of the characters and like a lot of the I don't know, just it feels shitty because I think it's just Adam Sandler doing that voice, you know, and then it's got a lot of Adam Sandlerisms that I just don't appreciate. And then like the next joke even like where the like gay roommate dude's just like, "This Coke tastes like Pepsi," after like Adam Sandler tried to like change the liquid in the Pepsi or in the Coke to a Pepsi
Yeah,
or to something.
he's trying to learn his demonic powers.
Yeah. But then it veers very wildly back into more Adam Sandlerisms at the like basketball game where like they just reprise the role of the fucking guy from 8 Crazy Nights where you have a high-pitched old coach who just screams like, "That's a technical foul" a bunch.
Yeah,
It's
pretty much
predates 8 Crazy Nights.
It's pretty much Dana Carvey playing like the Whitey character, so essentially.
Yeah, I did not like that. I didn't like seeing that. It might have predated 8 Crazy Nights, but I still just I don't like the character of Whitey to begin with.
It's enough to make a grown man kill himself.
Yeah.
Ivan,
yeah.
I know you hate Whitey, but what do you think of Eleanor, his sister?
Also bad.
Oh.
Return my wig or suffer the curse. Never mind. It's just a stupid Oni plays joke.
I hate Whitey. I hate his wife. I hate that genre of character where it's just like, oh, let's have like a deformed little short man who with a high pitched voice. Just
because I can relate to it too much.
Did you just call Eleanor his wife?
Or sister, but basically the same thing, whatever.
The same thing. Wife, sister, what's the difference?
That movie takes place in the South, doesn't it?
No, I think it takes place in like upstate New York or some shit.
Yeah, same
or, like
place.
New England.
Same difference.
Yeah, the world is the world.
Really takes place in.
And then like after the whole basketball scene, it becomes a weed movie for a minute where they're just like, weed.
Yeah,
smoking weed.
They eat like a celebration like weed cake. They get like really fucking trash.
Weed movie. I love weed movies.
Weed Prince Winter Edition.
For one of my parties, Some of my friends recreated that cake for me for I think like my 22nd birthday or some shit. Because they all knew that I really love this movie. I like grew up with
Mhm.
it legitimately. And yeah, we got fucking trashed off that cake. Yeah, no.
Was there
We
actually
were
weed in the cake?
what in the cake that I made in real life? Yeah. Uh-huh.
Based.
So is this like a comfort movie for you?
Uh, no, not really. Uh, no, that would be Monkey Bone. Which is a better movie a little bit.
Monkey on my bone until I.
Well,
Ah!
I mean, he is like metaphorically like a penis in a way, in Monkey Bone. But that's more for the Monkey Bone episode of Zoomer Tombstone. That'll never happen. Um,
Good.
Uh, then after that scene, kind of getting back to the slop to Sloppenheimer. Um, when Nicky was like going up the wall, like up the apartment complex, he saw like a trans person in the window, and it was like weirdly like not that bad of a portrayal, even though like the movie does a lot to like try and make out the trans person to be like gross or weird.
It wasn't weird. Where's my car levels of bad?
Nah. uh I thought that was a little nice to see from a movie from like 2000. And then
Yeah.
later on, kind of fast forwarding, I noticed something that was kind of funny. Better fuck Chuck, aka Chuck McGill, was the police chief of the police department
Cock and
from
ball Saul.
better fuck Chuck. He's the police chief. He was policeman, evil police chief man. Um, yeah, and I really haven't got much to say about this movie. I have a bunch of notes. They are as follows in order. Quote unquote, perhaps a titty twister will loosen your lips is a sentence for sure.
Mhm. Yeah, great. Oh yeah,
Uh,
the gay relationship, is it a gay relationship? I don't know. Um between the titty head guy and the like demon like creature.
the like Chewbacca demon guy. Yeah.
Yeah, which one's the female? When you said
Uh,
trans character, I thought you were talking about like the titty head guy.
no, there was like an actual like transgender person in like an
Yeah,
apartment who was like,
yeah, I know the character you're talking about. Yeah.
yeah, he was like
Um,
dripping wax on himself, and he's just like, hey, wrong window again, you know.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
The queer people in like these Adam Sandler movies are always interesting. uh,
the it is always kind of an interesting thing because they always like they're portrayed as like weird sex freaks, but like it's weirdly normal.
yeah. It's like well, there you go. They're people, you know. Uh, well,
Yeah.
we work in Hollywood, so we know some of these people.
And then I also made like a comment here where I was like, I don't understand. So in Hell, there's the founder of Hell, and then there's the devil, and then Nicky and his brothers. And I was like, who the fuck is the founder? Lucifer? Like I don't.
Yeah, it's got its own like mythology. Like Rodney Dangerfield is the founder of Hell and the original like Lucifer, I guess. And then there's Lucifer Jr., who's just like Satan, who's played by Harvey Keitel.
At least it's not
Um,
like has been hotel levels of like inconsistent.
yeah,
Yeah. And then
there's some people who compare these properties, which is interesting.
then there's like the trans person gross joke later on when they're like in Central Park and like everything's going to hell literally. Um, they're just like the main bad guy is just like hey, we're gonna make everything really gross and weird. And then the trans person's in the crowd like rubbing their nipples, and he's just like, okay, maybe not that weird or
Yeah.
something. Uh, and then they just show Henry Winkler like at the end, just as like a random celebrity cameo.
Yeah.
Why is the Fonz let his career go so badly?
Uh,
You know, like what?
he's a friend of Adam Sandler, I guess. Like he's been in another movie with him. He was in Waterboy. Yeah. I think it was like one of their first major acts of evil, and like the new like you know, where like hell is like on the surface kind of thing, you know, when Adrian takes over. Like here's our first evil act. Here's Henry Winkler. Look at this beautiful, kind man. Now he's covered in bees, you know? Like, oh, the humanity, it's Henry Winkler. No, he's being tortured.
Watch him wink his Winkler.
At least Henry Winkler eventually got better with his career in like Barry, the HBO series. That shit, he was so good in that. Genuinely, he was like really like, I mean, he kind of just plays himself, but he's like an acting teacher. So it's like it's kind of playing off this like Hollywood vibe quite a bit by just being like a washed up guy. So he's like kind of playing himself. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. And then of course the entire end of the movie is a fucking Popeye's chicken ad placement again. They bring in like a literal walking bucket of Popeye's fucking chicken, and
Straight from hell,
yeah,
where people who enjoy Popeyes belong.
and you can tell the ending of this movie was really super duper rushed because a lot of the voice lines were ADR'd hard as fuck. Like
yeah, like Ozzy Osbourne was like pretty ADR'd.
yeah, like Ozzy Osbourne and you know, Adam Sandler himself. But that's actually really funny because my next note that I have is Ozzy Osbourne, just end the fucking movie. Because at that point I was just kind of like, this movie is going on for a bit longer than it should. Like, why is Ozzy Osbourne here? We get it, you know, like just
he defeats the antagonist for the heroes.
Yeah, and then
the movie moment.
Yeah, he bites the bad guy turns into a bat, and you know what Ozzy Osbourne does with bats?
Bites their head off.
Yeah.
He bites their head off.
Heavy metal.
Yeah, dude.
Animal cruelty, my favorite genre of metal.
Yeah, it's great.
And at the end of the movie in the credits, I really don't like the Photoshop homunculi they created out of all the characters having babies.
Yeah.
in the after story. I didn't like them. I didn't like the titty head, half titty head guy, half demon beast babies. They looked fucking insanely weird.
If they were smart, like people became smart like a few years later, they would have created a franchise opportunity where each like family that's made, like each litter of like horrible homunculi is just like a movie all about like them going on an adventure and eventually like having those babies. That's what Ice Age does pretty much.
If it was the 80s, they could have made a cartoon series about the titty head babies.
Yeah.
Titty head
They can make like cute toys. Yeah.
Misery.
They're not so much scarier than troll dolls.
Or Cabbage Patch Kids.
Yeah, they're kind of a mix of both of them.
Cabbage Patch Kids.
With a little bit of sex appeal, like a Barbie doll.
Cabbage Patch Kids used to kind of scare me as a kid because I used to think, like, why are they so fucking fat in the face? And why are they staring constantly? At least Barbie dolls, you know, they had, like, some appeal because you could, like, dress them up or whatever. Cabbage Patch Kids...
Titties.
The Cabbage Patch Kids, you just, like, you sit somewhere and they stare. That's all you do with them.
Keeps you on good behavior.
Yeah, it's like the elf on a shelf, but for, I don't know, the Children of the Corn.
Whenever I hear Children of the Corn, I think less of the actual movie and more of the Family Guy cutaway where Peter murders fucking NSYNC or whoever that boy band was.
Yeah.
Big Time Rush.
But yeah,
boy bands aren't really a thing anymore, and they haven't been for like 15 years.
Well, like not in America.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's still kind of a thing in Korea, but American,
BTS, yeah, but we don't
American,
talk about BTS.
American boy bands are kind of, I think, just bleh.
Yeah.
They're old. They're old fashioned.
In Korea, like boy bands are pretty much a branch of the military.
Yeah, they have a whole like entertainment industrial complex over there where they just
Yeah. And all the singers eventually have to serve.
they serve cunt and they serve the country. Wow,
They serve cunt and cunt-ree.
Oh man, but
Yeah, I remember when like One Direction was really popular, and then they just sort of dropped off after they broke up, and then one
Yeah.
of them fucking died, like fell to his death or something.
Yeah. Rip.
I
A
heard
good
about
riddance.
that. But yeah, any I guess any adjacent thoughts on little Nicky and Adam Sandler verse movies? Because man, I gotta say, like looking back at a lot of these Adam Sandler movies, a lot of them suck. But that's kind of like everyone's kind of
point.
said that at this point.
Yeah.
I think my favorite Adam Sandler verse movie is probably Waterboy. I know that one's like really hated by some people.
Everybody's got like their weird like standards when it comes to these movies. Like I grew up watching like a lot of them, but like even then like my family had like the ones that we were like, okay, fuck these ones, we're not watching them. Like Billy Madison. Hated that one. Like we never put that one on. But
Yeah.
we like
If you do, we'll kill you.
Happy Gilmore I think is like one of the better ones. We watched Big Daddy. That's a good one. Big Daddy. Yeah. What else?
heard
Waterboy,
Grown
and Little
ups.
Nicky. No, not Grown Ups.
I want to get chocolate wasted. I fucking hate that line in particular. It literally makes me want to like punch them.
I saw Jack and Jill in theaters and I fucking hated it.
I also
Oh,
like
wanted to walk out.
I really hate Rob Schneider with a passion. And I never understood why he always like reprises his role as like this guy who just like is in all these movies and all he does is he says, "You can do it."
Yeah,
Like,
it's one of his recurring characters. He's
but
like
the
he's a vaguely foreign guy and what's it called? Big Daddy.
mm,
And I don't know if he has like a specific like nationality or if he's just like vaguely foreign.
Yeah, he's like Fez from that '70s show.
He kind of has like a Russian accent.
I always thought it was like Asian kind of when he does like the "You
Yeah,
can do it" guy.
I thought he was like trying to be like an American with like a weird accent or something, or I thought he was like trying to be Mexican or something.
I don't know. It's hard to tell. Like he's not really good at voices.
He's
uh,
great as Norm of the North
he
We don't
plays
talk
Norm of the
about Norm
North.
of the North.
in the first one.
Oh my god.
The sequels couldn't afford a man of his prestige.
Wasn't Norm of the North originally going to be direct to DVD, but they put it in
But
theaters?
they had real magic on their hands. They put it in theaters. I was working at a movie theater when they fucking released it. I'm like, what the hell is this shit?
I wonder if anyone actually like saw it in theaters.
Yeah. So, I've seen like the credits a bunch of times when I went into like clean.
Oh wow. So I looked up Rob Schneider just to see like what his like background was, I guess. He's like a quarter Filipino, which is I
Yeah.
guess why he thinks he can do the like "You can do it" like Asian guy voice. He really doesn't look he just looks like a schlubby white guy.
He is.
Yeah, he is. But
He's like, it's like you look at him and you think like, oh, maybe he's like half Jewish or something like that. He's
he
also part Jewish, right? Correct?
he is half Jewish.
Yeah.
And then people will look at me and be like, well, he's clearly some kind of retarded.
And then
That joke was
God,
terrible. I apologize.
you're good.
Don't apologize.
Never apologize.
Stick to the bit.
If you apologize in this industry, you die.
Yeah.
Is that a promise?
Yeah. Meatball, did you get your gun yet?
No. I have a gel blaster gun.
All right, that'll get the job done.
I'm legally not allowed to own firearms, so if shit
Hey,
hits the fan, I'm fucked.
hey, Tucker. When you come over here, can I shoot you with the gel blaster gun?
Absolutely not.
It's like an airsoft gun, but the little airsoft bits, instead of being like hard plastic, they just blow up on your skin because they're made out of like jelly.
It would probably still hurt. It'd be like, sounds like being shot with a paintball.
It's like a very tiny paintball. It's like an airsoft paintball gun, basically. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, you can have some fun with it.
Yeah, I can shoot you with it.
Yeah.
Why
Why don't you want to get shot?
Yeah, why don't you want to get shot?
Bro really said, "Hey man, come over to my place so I can fucking shoot you. So I can fucking blap a cap in your ass."
Yeah.
Meatball, do you want to explain to them the term blap?
Oh my god, we're doing this now. Oh, okay.
Like,
Okay,
I brought it up. We might as well tell people, you know.
All right, so I had a very weird thought a while ago. Ever since I was like really young, for some reason, the word blap, which is like the phrase blap, which sounds like an action, right? For some reason in my head, I immediately think of like, because I think I saw like a porn video or something when I was like young, like a teenager, where like some guy said, "Oh, I'm blapping that ass," or something. And ever since then, I always thought of the phrase blap as like somebody being comedically very quickly fucked in the ass. Like either that or like their ass cheeks are just like flapping or something. Like that's blapping.
I am convinced he made that up, but he claims he didn't, so I don't know.
I mean, I very likely may have.
It's
might
a
have just
funny
been
word,
like,
though. Like, I'll give you that much.
yeah, saying blap is very funny. I looked it up on Urban Dictionary, and apparently on there it means to slap somebody on the face with your penis. That's blapping, according to them. But in my mind, it is like comedically like 10 times sped up footage of somebody getting fucked very quickly in the butt. That like like blap, just like.
I mean, Urban Dictionary is a reputable source.
Yeah, well-known. Well-known,
well-
reputable source for info.
It is
you could easily just like add your like definition to Urban Dictionary because you notice that like people do that all the time. Like they're like fifth gen like definitions that is just like something like some random person like came up with.
Yeah. But yeah, that's blapping. That's
Truly educational.
Truly educational.
Yeah.
I brought it up, so I figured we may as well explain ourselves.
Enlightening.
Truly enlightening. And now when you come over here, I have to shoot you. At least once. With the gel blaster gun, because the fact I have to explain to the audience what blapping means. I can only imagine that in the comments they're just gonna be like blap, 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 blap.
What are you talking about? Nobody comments on these.
You know, you're kind of right about that. People have
I mean, people watch the show, but like nobody really comments. So
we get like 2 comments on Patreon, sometimes like a few more. It depends. It depends on the day. It depends on what we review.
We have a really great and enlightening discussions on Discord though.
we went from discussing the movie to talking about blapping.
Well, that's because of you.
Yeah.
You brought up blapping.
Yeah, because it's fucking funny.
It's fucking funny.
We keep on dwelling on blapping.
Yeah, maybe we should go back to the hit 2000 movie Little Nicky one last time and then wrap up.
Are we gonna give one final rating? What do you say?
Yeah, let's give the movie a good old rating. What do you guys think of Little Nicky out of 10?
8 out of 10.
4 blaps out of 5.
I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna come to your house and kill you. I give this movie 6 blaps out of 10.
Okay, for that, now I get to shoot you with the gel gun.
God. If we shoot each other with a gel gun, would that be considered jelking?
Shut the fuck up.
All right. Well, that's about the end of this review. Any final thoughts before we hit the old dusty trail and do the next one?
Remember, kids, never Google porn.
Never goon.
Don't watch porn at all. Just don't. Just don't bother with anything at all, like, ever.
Yeah, this is
There's no point.
Don't watch anything. Don't watch anything other than Little Nicky for the rest of your life.
Don't even watch Little Nicky. Just watch, like, the trailer on repeat on YouTube on your fucking phone.
Yeah.
The trailer is probably more fun than the actual movie, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has been the Doomer Chudstone podcast. Never goon. Don't look at porn. Don't touch your dick. God is watching.
God hates you. Bottom text.
God hates you. Bottom text.